This is Maria Florio, your cruise ship public health reporter, on board, continuing to shadow Captain Hill, a retired public health service officer, and Officer Zamfir, the vessel's public health officer, as they conduct an operational inspection of the Lido Galley here on Deck 9 in accordance with the Vessel Sanitation Program 2018 Operations Manual. Let's pick up where we left off. They're in the warewashing area.
Officer Zamfir, here at the conveyor warewashing machine, we'll want to check the gauges and then remove the curtains to look at the spray jets. And I'll run my thermocouple through. Gauge temperatures for wash, rinse, and final sanitizing rinse are all in compliance with the placard here on the side of the machine. The pressure gauge is showing reduced pressure as the racks hit the final sanitizing rinse. Very good. Can we shut down the machine?
Certainly. Captain Hill, I have a maximum registering thermometer disc here that we use and can run through along with your thermocouple for comparison. We'll open the doors for you.
Great. Looks like the curtains are in the proper position. So let's take out the curtains, close the doors, and have a look inside with the flashlight. The jets are all open and look good. Good spray pattern. Now let's put the curtains back in and run our thermometers through. Let's see. Wash is 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 66 degrees Celsius. Rinse is coming up at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 71 degrees Celsius. And the final sanitizing rinse is 170 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 77 degrees Celsius. According to my thermocouple here at the plate surface on the conveyor. Are we in compliance, Officer Zamfir?
Yes, we are, Captain Hill. We know if our maximum registering thermometers reaches 170 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 77 degrees Celsius at the plate level on the conveyor, the temperature of the hot water as it enters the manifold down below is going to be at least 180 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 82 degrees Celsius, and that is where the sensor is for the gauge that reads the final sanitizing rinse temperature on the machine. So the machine is operating correctly at the proper temperatures.
Very good, Officer Zamfir. Let's see, plates, cups, mugs, and utensils all look clean and are drying quickly coming out of the machine. Tell me, what might be an issue if the wares come out of the machine and do not dry quickly?
Of course, Captain Hill, the first thing would be to check the temperature to see if they are too low, and then check the drying agent. Sometimes you can get a kick in those little supply lines and plates will come out wet. Crew are instructed to notify the hotel engineer and to never dry wet plates or cups with a cloth towel. We also have a service contractor that come on board weekly, and we go through each conveyor machine to ensure it's operating properly, and the crew will tell him if they have any problems.
Very good. Let's see how the crew is doing in the pot wash, but let's stand back just a moment and observe what is going on there and in the Lido Galley in general.
The team is pausing and observing staff as they come and go through the galley. Staff are dropping off soiled dishes and then washing their hands a full 20 seconds and then circling around to take pastries and hot and cold foods out to replenish the buffet. And I see someone using a chlorine test strip to measure the water in a wiping cloth bucket for sanitizing surfaces. Very nice.
Let's see, pots and pans on the clean rack are clean to sight and touch. No oily film on the surface. Officer Zamfir, tell me your procedure for the pot wash sinks. Are you using hot water or chlorine to sanitize with?
Certainly, Captain Hill, we sanitize pots and pans in this section with hot water. The key to removing baked on food, cutting grease, and avoid any oil films on pot and pans, as you know, it is to use the right detergent, very hot water, and lots of elbow grease. So the detergent we use recommends 100 Fahrenheit, which is 38 degrees Celsius for the wash compartment. The rinse compartment is 110 Fahrenheit, which is 42 degrees Celsius. And the third sanitizing rinse compartment, which is 171 Fahrenheit, which is 77 degrees Celsius, where we leave the pots and pans to be sanitized for at least 30 seconds. Of course, the crew have protective gloves, aprons, and hook to retrieve pots and pans from the water that's hot.
Very good. Looks like you did a great job during dry dock repairing the decks, bulkheads, and deck heads. Lighting is good. Equipment is in excellent condition. Tell me, how you clean and sanitize your decks?
Certainly, Captain Hill. We use a detergent designed for cleaning and degreasing decks. We then use deck brushes to clean the decks, rinse with clear water, and sanitize with 50 parts per million of chlorine using only buckets, not high-pressure hoses. We try not to flood decks with water and squeegee water to scuppers. We know that when water is sprayed on the decks, it can splash and eventually move bacteria up to the food zones. Splashes can also shortcut electrical equipment. Bacteria like Listeria harbor on the wet decks, on deck tiles, and resist grounding, so we try hard to avoid splashing and keeping decks clean and dry.
That's good public health, Officer Zamfir. Well, let's take our break and review some logs with the rest of the team.
Looks like we're headed downstairs now. Wow, that was such an adventure to the Lido Cafe. We learned about time and temperature control, food cooking temperatures, the danger zone, warewashing and pot washing, and even the importance of cleaning decks. Who knew that was so important to control Listeria? And Officer Zamfir and the rest of the crew have such a positive food safety culture. They definitely have the food safety knowledge and are performing those duties that demonstrate active managerial control Captain Hill is always talking about. Stay tuned for our next public health adventure, coming soon to a PODINAR near you.